Welcome to another episode of the All Pro Film Series. Today we are doing second team All Pro running back Derrick Henry. Just like with Saquon, we are doing rushes for 10 plus yards against a stacked box. Now, with Derrick Henry, with Saquon we had 6. Derrick Henry has 15. So we got quite a bit to go through. Check out the one with Saquon. I kind of talked through a lot. We just gonna kind of dive into it. All right, so we have the Cowboys, America's favorite, Dallas Cowboys. All right, so stack box again is 8 defenders or more. We got 3 down line plus the 2 edge. It's 3-4 look. Obviously that's 7. And then we got an extra person here for 8. And corners are all for our triangle. For whatever reason, a lot of these runs against a 3-4 look. But anyway, heavy package by the Ravens. As we see, Derrick Henry gets a true explosive, which is 20 plus yards. All right, so we're gonna. Did it actually keep the speed? Okay. All right. Anyway, want to make sure it's slow enough so we can see. I don't even see what down it was, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see what we got. Looks like an inside zone. Huh. All right. So I think this was a weak zone. We saw the Eagles do that as well a couple times, so I guess it's a popular thing to do now. Anyway, so they're zoning, as you can see, they're zoning to the defense's right, but the mesh point is actually going down here to the weak side. Now, you want the eyes to come here and then cut back to the play side, which is probably why I think they run it weak. I mean, you could do it either or, but anyway. So mesh points here, as you can see, that pulls the linebackers, Kendricks and everything. And we even get somebody that gets off a block. So that's obviously closed. So Derrick hits the jump cut, takes it play side, where you got a wide open gap. And a great block by Aguilar. I mean, I ain't gonna say it wouldn't be a touchdown because it's Derrick Henry versus a safety, but a critical block, way to get active and get in there and just. Now the best part about this is that it's not only a block, like getting in the way, he creates a lane. So by sealing him off, he creates a path where Derrick Henry doesn't even really have to break the tackle with Diggs because he shifted his momentum and he's running downhill the other way. But you can see that jump cut by Henry, and then he's down off to the races. So I'll pull it back and let it play. And then, of course, the stiff arm. And kudos to Hooker. He still made that play. But that looked like a corner. Oh, no. Is Hooker 21? Either way. Defensive back. I'm not going to break down the stiff arm, but there is technique and everything to it for sure. All right, so we'll move to the next. Cowboys again. We got 4 down here. We got the triangle, so that means we got our 2 linebackers plus the safeties down, or one of the safeties, and then our nickels down here too. So we got, and really you could kind of count the corner in there too. You could almost call this a 9-man box. We get another explosive. And this time it's a touchdown. 20 plus yards. Yeah, let's go to the end zone. There's nothing to break down there. Let's see. Once we slow it down, let's go to half. All right, so we got the eye set. We got tight ends in there. So we got 22 personnel. This looks like, let's see. This is only we got the people stepping down. We got a zone lead, obviously leading right through here. We got hats on hats. And yeah, we got hats on hats. Everything's there. And really, it's just a cutback. It's again good vision. And I really think this was meant to bend back just by the mesh point, because you probably would have had this come more downhill, even though it's a zone. But by where they're giving the handoff, it feels like this was, I wouldn't even say designed to cut back, but ready for a natural cutback. So we already saw the flow. I mean, I don't know what really, I mean, I know what you could do, but as a linebacker, there's not much you can do. You see Derrick Henry and you see this fullback coming, like that's where the flow is going to go. Now we got this gap secured. I'm not sure between here who is who, but whoever's the box defender, they should be occupying this gap right now. And then the other person can play the edge if need be. You should be playing cutback, and then really Kendrick should be coming down in this gap. And they plug it well. I mean, they do what they have to. They fit it well. This is the problem. Overshown gets caught. They peel off, do their job. I mean, really, he's getting held at that point. And Overshown tried. He tried. And actually, when I look at it, he made it more difficult for Derrick Henry, because if he didn't do that, Derrick Henry would have just came straight downhill that way. So I'm gonna let that play out. But again, we see that cutback, and then way to get skinny, just good footwork, lower body shrink, contact through balance. That's just tough. Now, I know I'm spending a lot of time on this play, but I just want to see. If I can point anything out about this tackle attempt. Okay, head to the near shoulder. He didn't have his feet. As you can see, he's flying. He's not in balance. I mean, not that he's stronger than, but yeah. He left his feet, and so his body went flying. He didn't really have any he didn't have any ability to ground himself and get momentum with that tackle. All right, anyway, on to the next. Cowboys again for the hat trick. All right, get rid of that. All right, let's go back. We got one safety back. They're bringing the corner inside. It's 3-4 look, 7. Yep, 9 in the box. Now, Diggs gets beat to the outside. This is that. If I told you Derrick Henry one-on-one with Diggs, you would probably think, oh, okay, Derrick trucked through him. Excuse me. I keep pausing because I don't want somebody to be like, pause. But whatever. I don't care about that stuff. You know what I mean. If y'all weird, y'all weird. But if I told you Derrick Henry versus Diggs one-on-one on the edge, you probably like, oh, Derrick Henry powered through him. Derrick Henry beats him to the edge with agility. Now, you're the force player. What you got is bad angle and underestimating speed. I don't know how fast Diggs is. But he's a corner, and I'm sure he thinks he's faster than Derrick Henry at the age of 30. But just completely beat. I mean, the angle wasn't great, and he wasn't fast enough to recover. And the thing is, when you have players that are long striders, they may not look fast, but they pick up ground like pretty quickly, and so it can be deceptive. All right, we got the Commanders. We got 4 down. We got everybody in. The Commanders was against the Eagles too, of course. So whoever the corner, he's in too. Plus the linebackers, plus the nickel, plus whoever. We only got 1 receiver. All right, 9 in the box. Perimeter play. 12-yard pickup. All right, so let's see what we got to the weak side too. Obviously, they're bumped towards the strength. They do a crackback with the receiver, which is always a little risky, but the receiver is just going to crack back here, seal that off, does a good job. You just got to get in the way so that it leaves you one-on-one with a secondary player and a lead blocker. And as you see, like, that should usually go well. Who recovered on that play? Oh, that was Luvu. I mean, it's good pursuit by the linebackers. That could have been worse. That one, I mean, I think really Derrick didn't have to do much on that. Right. Commanders again. Same thing. 9 in the box. Everybody's in the box on here. Perimeter play again. We got a missed tackle. Explosive. All right, let's see. See what happens here. And again, they go weak. 2 tight ends. Probably going to crack back again. And they do. Really, it's just a seal. It's a receiver. He ain't cracking nobody, but that's what we still call it. So, anyway, since they're cracking him, that means that Stanley could just go to the next level. Almost like a pin and pull. Timing. Honestly, timing. As I say, game of seconds and inches. This is timed out so well because, like, Cleveland didn't do nothing terrible. Like, he's trying to, I mean, maybe he knifed in a little bit, but he didn't do nothing terrible. But they're able to just get outside of him because it's timed up well. And actually, Luvu does a great job. I don't know why I'm breaking down defense. Sorry. So Stanley's going up to the next level, but that was not an easy block. Luvu really cut off the perimeter and forced it back inside. And messed up the timing because now, is it Richard? He's not blocking nobody. If they stayed on time, and this would have been a touchdown, or at least close to it. But still, just, I mean, great execution. Again, Henry didn't have to do much on that one. All right, we got Tampa. We got this 3-4 look. 3-4 look, so 7. This corner, or I believe that's a corner, whoever he's in, so that's 8. All right, so they run to the nub side. 81 yards. Okay, anyway, actually, let's go to the end zone. Let's go to the end zone. So, we're going to run to the nub side. Well, technically it's not because they got a tight end here. But either way, we got nobody out wide. 2 receivers over there. Split them that way. They decide to leave this corner here. Onto the edge. Everybody, I mean, just really just almost an outside zone stretch. Everybody does their job. force defender comes too far upfield, but trying to blow it up. I get what he's doing. And so that's open. The safety. Oh my God. Is he an all-pro? He's been an all-pro. Winfield. So let me see. Where is he coming from? I think he's the single high. So yeah, he's coming downhill to field this alley and just over pursues. And again, exactly what I told you about when Saquon, knowing when to accelerate. If Derrick Henry was at full speed, he would have ran right into Winfield. Not to say that he wouldn't broke that tackle, but he would have ran right into Winfield. The reason he decelerates, slows down, so now the pursuit is over pursuing because he's able to get skinny and cut back up here. And man, I mean, I think most people may have seen the Derrick Henry workout videos. He works on his feet a lot, man. To be that big, to have your hips up that high, just like structurally in your body, and to be able to still move with that amount of change of direction, that's special. And I was a big Derrick Henry fan in Alabama. So, and then of course you see him stride it out there. So Derrick Henry, man, patience, acceleration, knowing when to accelerate, and great vision. It's the common thing you see with these two all-pros. All right, Tampa again. Of course, we got Lamar out there. Oh, he went out of bounds. I'll say, how he didn't score? All right, let me just see real quick. Got one of them inside tosses that people like. So we got 5 up on the line. Our 2 linebackers, or hold on. Yeah, I guess because it's a heavy package, he's playing another overhang or whatever. So either way, 5 on the line plus these 3, that's 8 plus our triangle. So we got an 8-man box, tight formation here, and then we'll go to the sideline to see, the end zone. So it's a little inside toss. We got a lead blocker here. Look at this, beautiful combos. Kick out. We got hats on hats. Lead blocker. Now this is open. Now he's going to play the edge. I guess he should. There's a corner over there. Actually, no. He really doesn't need to, but whatever. That's probably what they're taught. So he's playing here. These two are going to come down here. And so really not bad. Taking away the edge. Making it come back inside. Now, again, as we saw earlier, Derrick Henry with the vision for the cutback. Decelerates, let the wave go down. And he's cut down 98. He should be playing cutback. He's just too late. And I'm not sure what 24 was doing. Because he's the force player. He's backside. I mean, he probably was over pursuing if I had to guess. And then Lamar obviously makes this play a lot bigger than it would have been. Actually, let me go to the sideline because now I'm curious. All right, 24 is this corner. All right, he starts. False step. Misread it. As you saw, he slowed down. Remember his responsibility. Start playing cutback. Slow down. Okay, now I'm ready to play the alley. False step. Hops. That's it. That's it. The angle is now gone. Not only because of Henry's acceleration, but because Lamar is going to also cut off space. So now your angle, as you were false stepped inside, now you kind of come back, it's cut off. And again, Derrick's going to pick up yards really quickly. Vision and patience. All right, we got the Browns. All right, we got a jet and a shotgun handoff. So another explosive. Let's see, 3-4 look. We got we got a couple. So the nickel's inside, or the nickel's right here. Sorry. Yeah. So I mean, if you want to count the nickel in the box, or sorry, this is not a 3-4 look. I am totally tweaking. This is a safety. So we got 4 down here. Looks like the nickel inside. So that's 5. Then we got our linebackers. That's 6 and 7. And then the safety's down. So we got an 8-man box plus our triangle. Let's see. So we had the jet. Or actually, let's go to the end zone. Let's take it to the end zone. Might be 3 linebackers, but either way, we got a jet. Everybody's zoning that way. So we got a weak zone coming the backside of the play. And we got people pursuing. Yeah, everybody pursued on that jet. They stepped with the line, which you know what you're taught to do. And then Derrick goes backside. And just a missed tackle, really. Actually, we do need to go to the sideline view. So let's see. Because they had it played decently enough. Because Garrett's coming inside of here. He's knifing through. And then we got 9 backside, and he's unaccounted for. So good collision there. So again, like I understand it if he came one-on-one with the corner, but he turns it inside. That's where all the help is. So you would have thought they had a play, but the corner just missed. Then Derrick bounces it outside to the open space. So I would say on first view, looks like kind of a initial misread by Derrick. And then he corrects it and bounces outside. Again, acceleration and long. Really with him, it's his long speed, not necessarily his acceleration. His strides, man, gets him downhill. And it's hard to hit, man, because those legs are high, knees are high, because he's tall. It's hard to wrap up than your standard running back. All right, so let's see. We got Broncos, which was a great run defense this year. We do have a 3-4 look. We got 2 receivers tight. You could darn near say this is 10 in the box almost, but really more so like 9 or 8, sorry. See, they motion the receiver last second. Twelve-yard run. Okay, let's go to the end zone. All right, we got a pro I formation. Looks like a power. Actually, no. This is more of a counter. Because we're kicking out this edge. Stanley went down, and we got another one coming. All right, so let's see here. I believe that's Zach Allen. So we got hat. Backside is fine. Kick out is good. Pullers on decent time. Linebacker comes to field. Actually, I don't know if that's Falele, but the guard completely opens up a lane there. And really, that's just a good tackle by the safety, or at least a good job by the safety to slow him down. Not much Derrick had to do on that one. Good execution, good play design. Now we got the Giants. We got 4 up. We got a safety down, condensed formation, 2 linebackers. Okay, sorry. All right, about 10-yard gain. Look like it's a regular lead. Let's see, we got a zone lead, so everybody's zoning. Kick out. Woo! Let me play that back. So good job by backside pursuit. Derrick is going to give this linebacker the slightest hesitation and then come back. So again, freezing him for just a moment. He still makes contact, but that was very close where Derrick could have just completely made him miss and been able to accelerate past, but he still slowed him down enough, and the backside pursuit was there too. And he did go over them to get a few extra yards. But yeah, man, you see that? Change of direction. That was an excellent setup by Derrick. A small nuance, and again, if that's 3rd and 1 or something like that, that's the difference between a first down and not a first down. So it might not seem like a big deal, but definitely, matter of fact, oh, that was first down. I was about to say, matter of fact, it might have been 3rd down. But great setup. Okay, we are against the Steelers now. We got that 3-4 look, plus the safeties down. Who else is down here? Oh, I guess the corner's kind of inside. Anyway, so we got 5 up here, 6, 7, 8 in the box. Wide open lane. Okay. We got another counter. If this thing decides to move. All right, so we're not trapping. We're kicking. We're kicking out this end. And just the misdirection, I guess they felt was enough to hold him up to give him the edge there. Kicked out that edge. Now my 2 pullers are, well, wait, hold on. Am I tweaking? I saw 2 pullers. I don't know what happened. There's 2. Oh, okay. That was quick. All right, so the first puller. Oh, I guess we are trapping. Okay. So it is an inside trap. And so this is an inside counter trap. So they kick out the edge. Everybody else blocks down. They leave Hayward open. And then kick him out with the first block. And a great job. That was a great job by, I believe that's Falele, and I was a big fan of his. So if you want to accuse me of being too much, you can. But this is a great job. Most linemen, they would have made that contact, just had a collision, stopped, or just stayed there bear hugging. Falele, or the guard, 77, is going to move his feet to seal off where the play is going and create a good lane instead of just, because if you just stay here head up, Hayward could get his arm free or break off, disengage last second, make this tackle. But when you seal him off, obviously there's no chance of that, and it makes the play cleaner. So you see Falele move his feet and completely seal off Hayward. Because look, this linebacker does a great job. He's meeting it right here. If Falele is here, this is gonna be this is gonna be not a collision. This is just gonna be a cluster right here. I can't think. A pile up. There we go. So then, like I said, that linebacker meets him right at the line. But because you got a good block there, it's to the third level. And matter of fact, hold on, because they tell me 77 is Falele. All right. So just to be sure, that he made that play right there. Derrick didn't have to do really anything on that play. All right, Pittsburgh again. Let's see. We got 4 down plus a strong side. So we got 5 here. 6, 7, 8 plus the triangle. All right. So we saw a miss on the pursuit. Well, not a miss. It might be a misread. Let's go to the end zone and see. Oh, this was a 3-4. What am I tweaking? Or, yeah. Anyway, 5-man front. All right, we got a simple inside zone. Simple inside zone. Let me see. He's out. Well, that's a tight end, so this is the C gap. All right. Couple things here. If I'm just talking football, we got a couple issues. And he came back inside. Hayward's there. Yeah, I think they just stretched this gap too wide for Hayward to recover, because this gap is going to expand. I don't think that Fitzpatrick is wrong here. But what happens is, if you notice, backside pursuit, Patrick Queen, he's going to hesitate. Why is he not flying over here? Why is he hesitating? Because of Lamar Jackson. Because of Lamar Jackson, you don't have to, but you're going to be cognizant of that rollout, that play action. And so he slow play more than he probably should have. And so there was no backside pursuit over the top like it should have been. But either way, Derrick springs it outside because, well, the corner must not have done his job. All right, he's got no responsibility. I don't know why he's backpedaling. All right, corner, you got to continue to be the force. I mean, I get it. I don't know how you get sealed off though. So that's 2 issues right there. I mean, you technically could say he's the force, but you are supposed to be the force, and you go inside. And then once you go inside, Derrick Henry's right there. You're in the gap. I don't know exactly what he's doing, why he's trying to collision and run with Likely, but it's hard to see from this angle. But either way, that corner, your pursuit or your pursuit angle is not exactly where it should be. Like right there, I don't know why he stopped. he stopped and got collision. I guess he wanted to stop and chase him over the top, I guess. But he probably could have made that play. So we'll let it play. Derrick Henry. He just stays on the path. I mean, and he's fast. That's really it. Okay. So next play. Pittsburgh again. This time we're under center. We go back just a little bit. Okay, we got that 3-4 look. That looks like a nickel. Anyway, so 5. We got 6 up here. 7, 8 in the box. Oh Lord. All right. Hopefully y'all can see what happened there. This is them RPOs, or not really a RPO, but you can't see it from here. This isn't really an RPO, but kind of those concepts. We used to do this all the time. Again, it's the same thing like when you run a run play and you tell your receivers to fake like they running a route instead of blocking. So sometimes we would do this too, and spread offenses will say, hey, fake a bubble. So I don't even know if he was really faking it, but Patrick Queen got real convinced that could have been a bubble, and he played out there in space. So there's a huge cutback lane that they cannot recover on. Now what's weird is this is under center, man. I mean, there's some under center RPOs, I think, but I would have not been worried about that bubble. I'll just say that. And this is a regular inside zone. There's no special sauce on this. Everybody's in their gap. Everybody's good. Hold on. Yeah. Well, I guess he was trying to. Well, I guess he just hesitated. Either way, because he could have probably been closer, but either way, you're supposed to have a linebacker right there. Now this is a good cutback. Again, good vision by Derrick. Let me see where we at. Oh, okay. This is the last 2. I was like, there's a lot of plays. All right, we got the Browns again. 4 down on the line. Honestly, yeah, that's 9 in the box. You got 9 in the box on this. Heavy set. We got a perimeter run. All right, let's get to the end zone view. We got a lot of people in the box. Somebody gonna be in the wrong gap. All right, it's a split zone off of motion. Looks like this receiver is crack backing. Really, they just end up blocking the same person. I mean, that's good by Derrick. Derrick, inside zones. And I wonder, this might have been on purpose, but you can see their splits. They got a huge split in this B gap. So inside zones, usually hits through here, and this might be more of an outside zone. But either way, by the time they get the formations, the blocks formated, you can see Derrick is already looking, okay, he's going to have to take a... Now, in this type, there's no cut back, there's a cut out. And that's where he went. And corner, if I had to guess, over pursuit. Yeah, 29. Well, no, he just takes a bad angle. I mean, look, I understand, but it's interesting to see how many defensive backs is underestimating Derrick Henry's speed, because I get it. Again, you're a defensive back. Derrick Henry's 30, and he's huge, but bro, he has ate the angle on so many people. All right, so we got 4 down plus an extra one, so 5. We got 6, 7. We got everybody in the box. What is going on? 3rd and 2 in the 4th quarter. They probably was losing 2. All right, 3rd and 2. They said we bringing everybody in here. Smartly, they motioned somebody out to at least get something out. I see over pursuit. Yeah, they just run a outside zone almost. All right, let's take it to the end zone. I feel like it's the outside zone the way everybody was reaching, but either way. All right, so we're going to press here. If we got the cutback, we'll cut back. Man, again, Waller's been doing great jobs on these crackbacks. All right, so we're still pressing the outside. 97's getting off. That cutback's not really there, so we're going to have to continue to press. And really, honestly, that's on the line. 72, I think, or 62, whatever. These two. Stanley, because watch him re-engage. Now he's gaining ground. Now he's shielding him off. And Stanley's able to get some push on his guy too to create. Because at first, when they're running, as you can see, this gap is controlled. But then they start to open up that space the last moment. 29 is pursuing to the outside. The last moment they get that to open. And there you go. That's yeah. That 29 wasn't making that tackle. All right, so that is Derrick Henry. Next up, we'll be doing the All-Pro receivers. Number 1 is Jamar Chase. First team All-Pro is Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So Jamar Chase will be up next. Thank you for listening to this. Go down to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share around, get the conversation started, and come back for the next episode.